It's the Black Unicorn. We're back, and you're back, because you love us. What's up? I'm Leia Mondragon, and we got Damian Wolf here, and this is going to be awesome, because Damian's awesome, and this is cool. So, I have this, okay, I had to talk about this tonight, because I am just like, I think people have completely lost their mind. Did you hear about the whole thing with the United Airlines, the guy that got like a broken nose and like ripped out of his seat from the airplane? Did you hear about that before I brought it up?
Yeah. Yeah. I did. I heard about it. Like I watched a couple of like short videos about it, but then after you told me, I went online to like find the long version of it, and it's pretty wild shit.
I think it's crazy.
Like, did you see the video of him after the video?
No.
Like, did you see like the extra footage of him walking back and forth on the plane with blood on his face, saying he has to go home?
Oh my god.
Bugging out. Yeah, like the dude looked like he was like seriously traumatized.
Oh my god.
By the whole thing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they had a video of him before they dragged him out, which like he's like on the phone with United Airlines trying to explain to them what's going on. And then they show the video that everyone saw, that like minute and a half of him getting dragged off the plane and screaming like crazy, which I can't. Like I told you, I cannot listen to that and like not laugh my ass off, even though it's not funny.
You're bad.
There's nothing funny about it.
No, it's terrible.
There's nothing funny about it.
Yeah.
But he just sounds like so, like I don't know, animated. I don't know. If that's
he
the
did.
right
He
word,
sounded. He sounded. It was a weird
like,
scream.
so, like,
it was like I didn't even know what was happening.
Like, so
yeah,
crazy.
I know he was. But you know, like that. Okay, yeah, it's not funny. It's sort of funny. That's funny. It's not. No, it's not. It's not funny. But
can you bring something up where like you play it right now so we can hear the audio?
Yeah, I know. He sounds like, you know, the thing is, like, it's one thing to like laugh about it, but recognize that it's like totally fucked up, and it's another thing. Like, I've been reading like some of the comments on Facebook, and I'm like, my mind is blown. Like, it's like one of those things that you would almost just be able to laugh at until you realize people are defending United Airlines.
Do you have the comments? Can we?
Yeah, like people are like people. Okay, I'll
bring some comments
up.
My God. Let's read some comments.
Let me see if I can find something.
These miserable Facebook fucking troll assholes.
Let me see.
I mean, social media and the internet has ruined people.
Well, it's
like there's no turning back from like the direction that society has moved in when it comes to like trolling, and just you'll have the nicest people like in the real world be like the most miserable fucks online. They like create like this alter ego, like this alter identity. Like it's kind of unreal.
Somebody said, dude, I'm ready to fly Dow Airlines. The guy's name is David Dow, and somebody commented, they're ready to fly Dow Airlines. What does that even mean? I don't know.
That doesn't even make any sense.
It doesn't.
It's funny, though.
Yeah. Let's see, I agree with this. Yeah, and okay, so some people pulled up some crap about his past, right? Like, so people were commenting. I'm trying to find the comments, but people were commenting on some of these threads saying, "Oh, well, he was a shitty person because I don't know. Did you hear about who he was? Like, he went to jail. He had 6 felonies. Apparently, this guy was a medical doctor, and he had his license revoked because he was trading prescription drug pills for sex. Like, he was like, you know, getting girls hooked on drugs and then using that to, like, you know.
Wow, what a badass. I didn't think I thought he was just some like little innocent dude that was getting pulled off of a fucking plane for no reason. Like, maybe.
What? No.
Maybe there's a lot to the story that we didn't see.
No, he's not a badass. That's like, it's shitty. You don't do that. But at the same time, it's like, like, I don't understand why people think that's even relevant. Like, somebody did something wrong once. So therefore, anytime that they ever get their nose freaking punched in, that's good. It's right. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. What do you think? Is that true?
His face, yeah, you see him walking back and forth. His face is like covered in blood. I don't know about his nose being broken, but he has like blood all over his cheek.
Yeah. I think that's crazy. They didn't know, and that's the thing is they didn't know that about him. It's not like they're like, oh, David Dow, the guy that traded prescription drugs for sex and got his license revoked. Yeah, let's punch his
Maybe
face
he
in.
was trying to offer the flight attendant fucking drugs for sex. How do you know that? Like what the conversation happened like right before you see the video click on? Maybe he was like, oh, you got any peanuts? Maybe.
No, I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
He casually mentioned
maybe.
in passing.
No, but he had his medical license revoked, so I don't know. Unless he's got like some connects.
So why are they still calling him Dr. Dow if his medical license has been revoked? Are you still technically a doctor even though you don't have a license anymore? Like once you have that title.
I guess there's
you just keep
there's
that?
like confusion about which Dr. Dow he is, because apparently there's a Dr. Dow in Kentucky and there's a Dr. Dow in Louisiana, and I'm not really sure which one he is yet. So that's sort of part of the controversy, is that some media outlets pulled up all this dirt that's completely irrelevant to the current situation, and it might not even be the same Dow dude. So it kind of makes it...
I imagine that there's probably a handful of Dr. Dows in existence.
Right, probably.
He's not in
America.
It's probably a pretty popular last name. What is that? Is
Vietnamese.
That like, Korean?
I think it's this guy's Vietnamese. But yeah, okay. I guess the thing that kind of like makes me think the whole thing is kind of crazy is the fact that people are defending this. Like, do you know why? Did you read about why this even happened? Like how it's technically legal for him to get...
Yeah. No, I understand the concept of it. Like, if they have like workers that need to get somewhere in case of an emergency or whatever reason, they have the right to free up the seats however they want. It's like in the contract that you sign with them when you're buying a ticket. It's like a verbal contract or whatever.
Or it's in the agree like to these terms and services.
Customer agreement.
Yeah.
Right, but nobody reads that shit, and nobody thinks like, okay, well, I'm gonna be escorted off the plane with my family, like left on the plane.
Right.
Like they all have to get off the plane. Like their lives are all like fucked over right now. If it's an emergency, he's a doctor that has to get somewhere.
Right.
Like all those things are... I mean, he did seem like he was being kind of difficult with them, but like it also seemed like a second later, they dragged him out like he's a little kid through the aisle, like by his arms.
Yeah, that's like crazy.
Like the way you drag like a stubborn child out of a supermarket or something like that. Like that's very embarrassing. Like I don't know, but this is the best thing that ever. Like I said, this is the best thing that ever happened to this dude. Like he's gonna be able to sue them for so much fucking money. He better
get money, man. He better get money for that.
The CEO, I just saw the CEO of United Airlines go on TV in an interview, and they asked, "Do you think this was his fault at all?" And he's like, "No." He stopped for a second, like he paused,
had to think about it,
and then he was like, "Of course." And he's like, "No, this was a paying customer. This was like a paying passenger.
Right.
Like he did nothing wrong. We should have handled the situation better."
Right.
Boom. They show that video of the CEO saying that shit in court. That's like instantly $20 million, $30 million.
Their stocks went down like $1 billion or something like that.
I heard that. Like, well, that's just the market though. That doesn't. Mean anything.
So look at it means it's $1 billion. That's just the market.
Yeah, but I don't think that their stock is going to completely plummet just because of like one situation.
No, maybe not, or it could.
And stay there.
Here, I found some of the comments. Like this lovely person. She said, "I'd rather boycott stupid people who make spectacles out of themselves to sue companies for easy money." Like.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, I have a theory right now, and I don't want to cut you off, but you just kind of sparked something in my head. What if this guy is so fucking smart that he caused this? He went into his E-Trade account. He shorted all of his United Airlines stocks, So he shorted them so that way if the stock drops, he makes a bunch of fucking
Right.
money, and then he causes this crazy uproar where he gets dragged off the plane because he knew the stocks would drop, and now he just made. Not only did he make a bunch of money from the stocks being shorted, he's also suing them for a bunch of fucking money too.
Well, you know what?
So he just made like $100 million.
You know what though? If they were stupid enough to go along with it and do
That's
that,
genius.
then that's on them still. And the thing is also, the fact that people are like, okay, there's no case scenario in which you can say that a paying customer, even if you agree to a term that says that you'll walk off the plane or whatever you said, there's nowhere in there that it says we've reserved the right to beat the living crap out of you. It's not there. That is not there
Right.
in the agreement. Nobody is going to sign an agreement that says, I give you the permission to beat the living hell out of me if I don't want to give up my seat. And quite frankly, we live in a time when you have to click I agree to. If you were to stop and read every single click here to agree, that you have to, to every single agreement that we have to click online in life, like no business would get done, you know? And quite frankly,
Yeah, but you got to be careful with
it's
that
true.
shit, especially in the future. The more and more technologically advanced we get,
Right.
like the more and more crazy shit starts to
Right.
get. It's like, didn't you? Where am I going? Where are you taking me? Oh, you didn't know? Oh, yeah, this is like your onboard fucking dildoing or something. Like, who the fuck knows what people are gonna like? You didn't read the terms of service. Yeah,
No, and it's kind of like,
every passenger like
yeah,
within.
like
It's right here on line 17, article 2, that you have to get dildoed. I mean, like you're in the seat, the middle row. Yeah,
yeah,
that's you.
like
Come
why
on, buddy.
can't I just do that? What stops me, or what stops any company from just putting in a ridiculous clause that's like totally abusive if it's just legally binding if you just click agree? Like there's a
Yeah,
line. Like sure, I clicked agree, because I needed to get on the goddamn plane. But what
right.
stops a company from saying like, we'll be able to pass you around, around our entire staff for the whole ride?
Right.
I mean, why not?
Well, there's a certain degree into which like terms of service and stuff like that applies, where like there's really nothing you can do. But then there's like civil rights, human
True.
rights, and all different types
But
of shit like that. You can't just do like
getting
crazy
punched in the
stuff to
face,
people.
that's definitely a human rights
Right.
violation, you know.
Yeah, but when it comes to physical violence, especially when there's like an uproar like this, like there's so much media attention on it, they just want this to go away,
Mhm.
and they have to make good on it publicly.
Mhm.
So they're definitely going to give this guy some kind of money,
Yeah, they have to.
without a
But
doubt.
I guess what I
Yeah.
haven't been able to express, what my concern is, the fact that people are justifying it, and people are defending United Airlines in this action, concerns me, because people seem to think that it's okay for corporations to beat the hell out of you. That, like, I find that alarming. Like, I don't know if it's like a
I wish
Stockholm
this was
syndrome
me.
or something, or
I wish United Airlines beat my ass. To be honest with you, like I wish I would trade places with him in like a heartbeat. Let that be me screaming like the shitty walk guy from South Park any day of the fucking week. Break my nose. I'll be happy on my fucking yacht for the rest
you
of my
know
life
what? They're
with the
probably
United Airlines
jealous,
money.
right? Like, these are just haters. Like, I wish it was me.
Forget it. Yeah, beat my ass. Drag me out of a plane. Like, why is that not me? Like, everybody's like, this poor guy. Fuck him.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
I hate his ass too. I'm on board with them.
That's what it is. That
Right or
totally,
wrong.
like, thank you for clarifying that for
That's
me.
what
It
it is.
totally clears up, like,
Yeah.
the perspective. They're just haters. They're jealous. All these people that are like, oh,
Yeah.
he should have just listened. Like, no, you wish that you didn't listen. You're like, all right,
Yeah. You crazy? No, he's set
you're right,
now.
yeah.
Plus all the media attention, you can spin that into money. There are
Right.
people. Well, look at that dude. What was that guy that was on the news a bunch of years ago? The hell was his name? They interviewed him. Like they said he was like a news report. Like somebody, like there was like an attempted rape in his neighborhood, and like he went on TV like talking to the reporter, and he said that the guys climbing in your windows,
Uh-huh.
uh, they're raping everybody in here or something like that. What the hell was
No
that guy's
idea.
name? They made like a song about it.
What?
The dude was in the news for like 2 minutes, and he was hilarious. Like not even on purpose.
Oh,
Like he was
I
just
don't
like,
know this guy you're talking about, but it's kind of like that. Like, ain't nobody got time for that. That chick. Like, it's sort of like that kind of thing,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. There was him, and then there was ain't nobody got time for that. Now there's like a whole bunch of people that are trying to do
Right.
it, but it's just not
Right.
working.
Right.
You could tell that they're doing it on
Right.
purpose to try to get like memed out on the
Right.
internet. But he was like the first one, and he spun that into like a couple of $1 million just
Wow.
from being on the news for like two
Why
seconds.
not?
So imagine what he can do. Yeah, he could write a book. He could probably. I mean, I don't know. It's
Write a
gonna be a
book.
short fucking book. It's gonna be a very short book. But
It's like more
like
like
the
a
5 minutes
pamphlet.
that this thing happened. Whatever.
The ebook. That's
He can start a GoFundMe.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
like
it would work
he's
too.
fine.
Once you have that publicity.
But yeah, I mean, the experience itself must have really sucked. But now he's cashing out on this big time. This is probably one of the best things that ever happened to him. In hindsight, you
Right.
know.
And now, I don't know. I'm feeling like with United Airlines, like I wasn't gonna take a trip this summer, but I think now I'm gonna go fly Delta.
Look, I mean, sometimes things like this can make companies stronger. You know, situations like this, how they handle it, the
No,
way they
but
go
they
about
didn't. But
it, the
this
way they
guy
go about
came
fixing
out.
it.
This Nunez, I think his name was, that one of the I don't know if it was the CEO, but
Well, he
he
backpedaled. He backpedaled on all
backpedaled
that.
hard because he basically was like, this
Yeah.
guy was completely out of line trying to keep his seat he paid for. Dude, if it was me, honestly, if I was on the plane with my daughter, you know, and they were like, we're going to take you off the plane, obviously I'm going to have to take my daughter, but like, if they're like trying to suggest that, like, just me go or say, like, I would just be totally, no. No, and then, I'd have to take my daughter with me, like, I'd be totally freaked out. I would.
But I'm sure they weren't going to stay on the plane, but it just means like they all have to get off the plane.
Right.
That's messed
It
up,
is
though.
messed up. And this thing is like, yeah, the thing is that I had a stepmom who was a flight attendant, and we flew for free also. But we did something called standby. So, I mean, at least this is how they do it on Delta. When you have employees or family of employees that want to fly, they fly for free. But you have to wait for a plane that has the seats available. The paying
Right.
customers get priority. So the idea that,
Which makes sense.
sorry?
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
it makes sense, right? So the idea that, these guys had to get off at all, I wouldn't even want that seat. If I was the employee, knowing how, I'm sure they know how some of these other airlines do it, like, that's the seat that this guy got jacked up in is now my seat. I'd feel really bad. Like, oh, now I look like the asshole that had to beat up this person so I can get my free ride. Like, that doesn't feel good. Everybody's like filming it and they know.
You think that was sort of like what it was about? You think it was just some bullshit excuse to let
No, that's what it
like
was.
somebody else on the
What it
plane
is
that
that
they
they
knew?
they had an employee that needed a ride back somewhere. Maybe it was like a flight attendant, and the flight attendant needed to get back to home to, because they flew in and did their job and they had to go home. So they prioritized the employee and had them take the seat by kicking this guy off. That's how that works. But I mean, you know,
That's
that
ridiculous.
yeah, I mean it kind of is. It's like sort of like, I would think that it would work just as well to put it in that, well, it's part of the job that you might have to wait, for a flight or two to go by or something. We'll put you in a hotel or something, you know? I think. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe you just gotta.
Yeah, well,
Beat people
they're
up.
they're definitely gonna have at least a $10 million butthole carved out for them right
Yeah.
now. That's their problem
Good
for
times.
doing it,
Anyway.
without a doubt. He's getting at least 10. You know, he's getting at least 10 million.
Yeah. Right.
Especially like, cause don't forget, like, what about the video of it?
Uh huh.
What about the fact that they embarrassed him publicly? What about
Yeah.
the stress
Yep.
from that? Like the fact that it's turned into such a frenzy, like that adds just zeros and zeros and zeros to that fucking
Yep.
check. You
Yeah.
know,
It's like it's
he's
not
gonna
just
get a great he's gonna get a great lawyer,
he does.
and
He has this guy. His lawyer
of
has
course,
won $1 billion in cases.
forget it.
They're screwed.
They're so fucked. That's why their stock dropped. Everyone was like, "Oh, dude, it's over."
That's it. Yeah.
They're gonna be selling their fucking plane parts on eBay. They're gonna be fucking. It's done.
That's yeah.
United Airlines fucking yard sale.
R.I.P. That's funny. Yeah. Well, anyway. Yeah. So that's the lowdown, the dig with David Dow and United Airlines. I guess my thing was like I'm afraid of like living in a world where it's like you click I agree and then like everybody just like pounces you and starts beating the crap out of you and says you agreed to you know being publicly beaten for everybody's entertainment by buying this ticket. Like now
Right.
legally we have the right to just do whatever you sold your soul, you agreed to selling your soul by riding on United
I've
Airlines.
never sold my soul, like even when I was younger, as a joke, but like I've definitely purchased a couple.
Huh. That's fun. That's always fun.
Yeah, I lost them though. Like whatever piece of paper they were written on, they're definitely gone.
That's why.
So
I mean, if you have a
I don't know.
soul, if you have like an agreement to somebody's soul, like, how could you lose that?
What are you gonna do with it? It's like
Sell them on
it'd be cool if
eBay.
it was like well, one day I'm gonna be looking through like one of my like Tupperware totes, and I'm gonna open up like a folder, and there's gonna be like "Rrr," like a growl's gonna come out of it. Like, oh, there's there's my friend soul.
Yeah.
There's like
Oh, there's probably people selling souls on eBay. Probably.
yeah.
Now you got the
Who
wheels
said
turning.
that there was like a wasn't there a haunted pen? Wasn't like
Yeah.
they're talking about like there was like a pen that was
Yeah.
haunted?
Haunted pen, haunted painting. I think there's like a haunted painting. Like if you look at the painting, it'll kill you, or something. Which I'm sure that doesn't happen.
So why the hell would you buy it? Why would anyone buy something that kills you
Well, maybe
if you
they
look at it?
buy it and ship it somewhere else in the hopes,
Hold on, I'm going on eBay right now to see if I could find any souls for sale. So I'm just looking on shop by category. What category would human soul be in?
Um,
Yeah, yeah,
there is, right?
yeah. It says there's a mason jar. It's $500 or best offer in the Republic
Offer.
in the Republic of Croatia. It says, why does that make sense for some reason? Free shipping. Um,
Oh my god.
it says it's weighed by several minor bad deeds, but all have been repented. So the person has definitely done some bad things in the past, but he or she has repented. It says human soul slightly used, great condition, free of sin.
Uh huh. Oh, they really put thought
Five
into
hundred
this.
dollars.
But why sell it for so cheap?
Yeah.
Here that's this actually kind of ties into our last episode. Actually, also, what
You want me to read the
happens?
description to you? Because this description is pretty lit.
All
You
right,
have
go
to hear
ahead.
this. It says a human soul extracted with the full consent of the previous owner. Any information regarding the previous owner is strictly confidential and may never be revealed to the buyer or any third party. Preferred use with a female vessel, but will not in any way harm a male vessel. In rare cases, may cause mild sexual confusion if used with a male vessel, but will not cause homosexuality. The presence of the soul is felt by a true believer, but is not visible by eye or detectable by any known apparatus. Jar not included. What?
Oh, you have to buy the jar
Okay, so
separately.
Yeah, I guess the jar is extra. Please make sure you're a true believer before purchasing the item. If you do not feel the presence of the soul, there is nothing we can do to help. If not, it says, if not inserted into a vessel, the soul will expire in autumn 2036. Unfortunately, a precise date cannot be calculated. Important. Used with technology, software robots has not been tested and is not advised. There is no way to predict the outcome of the possible effects on the soul.
Right. That actually ties in perfectly with what I was going to say about our last episode. And this is like, you click agree. And in the future, when we have these avatar robots, you don't know what, if, oh, it's a joke. We're just selling our soul. But there's people that have the capacity to take your connectome and stick it in a robot, and you just sign it over by clicking I agree.
Right.
That's messed up.
Right, there could be technology at use that like you don't even have access to, that you don't know about.
Right.
That they're just using.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't know about the connectome, bro? Oh, you don't know about that?
You're screwed now, and you're like stuck in some machine, dude. That's messed up. That's what I'm saying.
You can also buy like right in the section of where you would buy a human soul. They also are selling human hair from Vivica A. Fox.
That's nasty.
Yeah, the Queen of Soul.
Yeah.
You can buy.
So.
I don't know who that is.
I think that's that's great. That's awesome.
Yeah, that was cool.
Anyway, yeah. So careful when you click I agree, because you're gonna see like Satan there with a pitchfork on United Airlines saying you sold your soul and your seat.
Well, it said $500 or best offer, so I'm definitely gonna put like an offer for like I think like $15. See what happens.
No, you're not. Oh my god, for real.
No one is buying this soul. It's been on there. It's been on there for a very long time. Like this is a very old.
What if it's real?
It's a very old listing.
But that's kind of creepy too, though. Like, what if you got some like ghost of some Croatian chick just floating around your house?
That is so freaky. Okay, I don't even want to think about it. Okay, I'm not betting on it. You just talked me out of it. You just freaked me out.
Right. People are gonna listen to this podcast. It's gonna get sold for like $30,000 now.
Dude, that's an amazing premise for a horror movie, right? Though. Like just somebody buys a soul on eBay.
Yeah.
And it's like, when's it gonna be delivered? And it's like, it's already there. It's like, ah.
Awesome.
As soon as you hit buy, it's like,
oh man, no, we get royalties if you make that movie. Whoever's listening, where we get royalties.
If anybody makes this movie, yeah, I definitely want to check. I'll David Dow your ass. Watch. Is it
now
David
that's gonna
Dow,
be it's a new
Dow?
thing now. You just did it. There's Googling and dowing. Yep. All right. Well. Right. I want to thank everybody out there for tuning in with the Black Unicorn, and we love you because you love us. Yeah. All right. So thanks, and Damien.
Later. Good night. I hope the soul of a Croatian woman does not haunt me in my dreams. And I will see you next time.
All right. Later.